In this tutorial, I want to cover how to create vendor quotes from an estimate, so you can get special pricing maybe on a large project or something. And to do that, you come into, this is an estimate already open, and you'll see a tab up here called Vendor Quotes. Now this is only after you've already built the quote. You've built all the product information, for example, all the hollow metal, hardware, wood doors, or whatever goes in this quote. Once that's completed, then you can come over to Vendor Quotes, and the first thing you'll do is you'll select a vendor. And let's go ahead and select Currys. Now you notice when I select Currys, it automatically loaded the recipient email name and the email address. That information will come from under Vendors and Manufacturers, which you can add to it, change it, or whatever. If you look at Currys, you see down here there's two fields: email quote name and email for vendor quotes. So that's where that would come from. You can change that or edit any existing vendor in the system that you want to send a quote to. Alright, so now that's only if you're going to be using this email, the quote, the email section, email quote section of this estimate. Alright, so the next thing you need to do is get a folder that you want to save the file to. And to do that, you click on Get Folder Path. And typically, like for myself, I have a folder under Portal Pro Vendor Quotes. So I'll click on that. And this job name is Circle K, and you can see there's already two Circle Ks in here. So just so I don't overwrite anything in any of these folders, I want to make a new folder, which you can do down here. Make sure the folder you want to insert into is highlighted. Click Make New Folder, and you see it created a new folder here that's already highlighted in blue. Don't click on it or anything, just go ahead and start typing a file or a folder name. And we'll call this Circle K, maybe Sharonville. That way we'll have a separate folder for this particular job. So when I'll say OK, and copy that path up here for us, and if I scroll all the way over, you can see there's Circle K Sharonville. That's the folder we created. Next thing to do is give it a file name. Now since we're doing Currys, I'm going to keep it simple and just call it Currys. Don't worry about this field, you can't even click in it, so don't worry, the date will be created automatically. Now all we need to do is click Create File. And you can see it added. Well, first it opens up the actual file, the PDF file that was created. So I can view it from here, I can print it out. You can see it has all the products, the list prices, and then a total list at the end. So now I can print this out and fax it or whatever I want to do to Currys. Now you can see it created the, that lets me know that I can come back in here anytime. If I close this estimate, we'll come back in at a later time. We'll go under Vendor Quotes, and you see the file's still there. So if I want to take another look at it, I can just double click it. You can see it opens up here, and I'll click Open File. And that will in turn open the file up so I can view it or whatever I want to do with it. Now I can also remove it or delete it by, as long as it's opened up here, I can click Remove File and it will remove it, and it'll ask me if I want to delete the file that was created also, and it will also delete it. Other than that, you just got your typical other fields like clear all fields. That'll clear everything out. Over here, like as I mentioned, is a section for if you want to email directly from here and email the quote out. So before you can do this, some things you have to do for emailing, and that would be under Administration, and manage users. And we'll just pull up my profile here. And you can see there's some fields over here where you have to enter the email address, your email address that you will be using. You have to get the SMTP server. Now, if you're not sure about that, you might try to do a little research or even call us at the office. We'll see if we can help you out with that. This will be determined by what your email client is that you use for email. And you'll need to know if there's a specific port and if it uses SSL. If there is no port, it's 0, and if it doesn't use SSL, just leave it unchecked. So you can practice with this just to see if it'll work by creating maybe another quote that will be emailed directly to you instead of going out to the vendor, just to make sure it works. Or if you have somebody else in the office, you can use, we're going to get out of here. If there's somebody else in the office, you can use their email address. Just plug it in here. You can type it in. Even if I select Curry's, I can still change this, make it whatever I want. And up here is where each time you do this, you'll have to enter your email password for your account. It's not saved anywhere, so don't worry about anybody getting it. It's only going to be used to create your email and to actually send it out through your email client. Now here's where you'll put the subject of the email. Call it whatever you want, maybe quote for Circle K. And the email body, you can type, again, anything you want. Something like that. And then once that's all completed, you just click on email quote, and we'll actually send this email out to whoever it is you designate up here. And you can do that for each one of these vendors. So we now select the next vendor. Say Schlage, there's only one item. It's a small quote. I don't think they'll give me special pricing on this. But you get the idea. So this is pretty much how you work with vendor quotes from an estimate. So if you have any questions on this, please feel free to call or email, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Thanks, and have a great day.